Hello there chaps, today we're going to be painting up ethereal things, but more specifically a banshee. This can be used on any ethereal thing, and I mean anything. Even the ghosts on the Mortis engine, the banshees that you actually buy in the little box, anything. It's the exact same principle, and not much required to make it look great. Throughout this video I'm going to be drinking some green tea, so I do apologise if you hear me going throughout the video. It's just me sipping. I still have a little bit of a cold. Right, so the colours you're going to need for this are as follows: Chaos Black, Skull White, Goblin Green, Enchanted Blue, Timbits for the armour, and Bada Black. Now, if you're going to do silver armour, I recommend just mixing a tiny bit of Timbits with some, let me see if I can find it, bulk gunmetal. But for this army, it's going to be bronze themed. So let's get on with it. As you can see, only 6 paints, not that much. Okay, let me just quickly go grab my palette. There it is. It's not pretty, I admit, but the only reason why I've got an old and used one, it's the one that I used with doing all the other ethereal things, and I want to keep it the same sort of colour. So this is just for reference. The brushes I'm going to use, let me just reach in there. The brushes I'm going to use are just going to be a couple standard brushes. Don't know the sizes, so look. This one's a 3, this one's a 5. I'm mainly going to be using the 3, and I will find a detail brush in a moment. Yeah, and I'll probably use a starter brush, just for little bits. To be honest, you don't really need to paint any details with this, so you're alright with just a quite thick brush. Okay, first thing you're going to do is you're going to want to get your Enchanted Blue. Oh, by the way, I primed this matte white from Army Painter, just so it can, the highlights will really come out. I'm not one for painting, spraying white, but yeah. So anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my Enchanted Blue and mix it with a tiny bit of Scorpion Green to get a very turquoisey theme. It's going to be quite a dark turquoisey colour, because this is just the undercoat. It really depends on what your preference is. So I'm going for, yeah. As you can see, it's a very dark bluish green. It's a dark turquoise. Just gonna brush that brush up. Always good to have a little bit of tissue. Okay, I'm going to now mix this with quite a few bits of water, just so it goes into a glazy wash. You don't want it too watery, but you want it a nice consistency, like that. So when you tip it up, the paint runs, but not too much. Okay. Dab it off on our tissue. Now I'm going to cover the whole of the model. We're not going to get the armour bits if we can, but again, it doesn't entirely matter. And I'm sorry I could edit this out, but I cannot find a good editing software for my camera people might say, oh, just use Movie Maker, but for some reason this camera does MP4 files, and Movie Maker does not like MP4 files, so you're going to have to stick with unedited versions. Just get everywhere, make sure you get into every crevice. Again, it's not going to be neat. Just hit everywhere. Really relaxing music, don't you think? It's winter themed music, so you know. Even though you should probably be looking away from winter, no, it's still winter. Just make sure I get every little bit. Okay. I think we are done. Oh yeah, make sure to get the face. It's going to be very hard to show you because mainly everywhere is ethereal. It's a nice turquoisey glaze. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Right. Now the next step we're going to do, we're going to make the exact same colour, but we're going to do it a lot more, less watery. So it's almost like quite a thin paint, just so we can highlight. So we're going to make the same colour again. If we're going to go for parts, I'm going to say maybe 2-3 parts Enchanted Blue to 1 part Goblin Green, or yeah, 1 part Goblin Green, 2 parts. No, yeah, that's roughly the same colour. Just make sure to get it off. Okay, now I'm going to get our Skull White and add a tiny bit of it in. This will just, let me just quickly get an area which I've missed. Naughty me. And don't worry, this is not for a client, this is for myself. I promise you the client version is a lot better than this. A lot neater. Okay, you want to get a little bit of Skull White. And just add in, just to get a very lighter colour. There we go. So it's got like a regular turquoise now, but a quite light turquoise. I'm going to wash it, dry it off a little bit, not too much. And then we're going to go over basically everywhere on the model, but not into the cracks and crevices. And this looks like my time. I'm probably going to be uploading part 2 straight after this video, so yeah, be prepared. Okay, I'll see you later, chaps, and I hope you have a lovely day. Cheerio!